Have you ever worried about tomorrow, about how things will work out, or where your next breakthrough will come from? Sometimes we forget that the same God who paints the sky and feeds the birds of the air is the same God who watches over us. In Matthew 6:26, Jesus said, "Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" Today's story takes us high up on a tree branch, where two friends are about to remind us how simple faith can be. Two small birds sit on a branch, Bob and Larry, with morning light glimmering through the leaves. Bob said, "Hey, Larry, what's for breakfast today?" Larry cheerfully said, "Well, Bob, today we've got plenty from our Heavenly Father." Bob, excited, said, "Really? What's on the menu?" Larry, looking around proudly, said, "Let's see. Worms from the valley, a few seeds from the old oak tree, and some berries by the stream." Bob said, "Wow, that's amazing. You make it sound like there's a feast every day." Larry said, "That's because there is. You see, Bob, our Father in heaven never forgets to feed us. Every sunrise brings new provision. All we have to do is trust and search where he leads." Bob said, "But Larry, don't you ever worry? What if one day there's nothing to eat?" Larry, chuckling softly, "Worry? Oh, Bob, worry is for those who forget who's in charge. Every morning the wind whispers that God is still faithful. If he feeds the sparrow and paints the flowers, why would he forget about us?" Bob thoughtfully said, I never thought of it like that. So, you mean we don't need to panic about tomorrow?" Larry uttered, "Exactly. Our job is simple. Wake up, sing, trust, and follow where the Father leads. He takes care of the rest." Bob said, "Wow, that's so cool. You know what, Larry, you sound like a preacher bird." Larry laughed. "Maybe I am. Now come on, let's go and enjoy what God has prepared for us." The two birds fly off joyfully toward the valley. And just like that, Bob and Larry began their day, free from worry, resting in faith. They didn't plant seeds or build barns or store for tomorrow, yet every single day they found what they needed, because their provider, God, never failed. Sometimes we forget this simple truth. We stress, plan, and panic about what's next, while God in heaven is whispering, "Look at the birds. If I feed them, how much more will I care for you?" So, the next time you wake up with anxiety or doubt, remember Bob and Larry, two small birds who never worried about tomorrow because they knew who held it.